assistant for 9 years. I've worked in probably 6 or 7 nursing homes. My back was given out. I thought I was going to have to get out of the business. I've been to chiropractors and everything. I was exhausted. My back hurt. I couldn't even hardly bend down to tie my own shoes. I couldn't lift my kids. I was in pain all the time.
Well, my name is Bessie Wetherill. I am 72 years old. I've worked here for, will be 18 years in November. I like it very much. We started out, when I first started, we had no lifts whatsoever. There was one, Joe said, that was in storage, but we did not use it. And we totally lifted people from bed to chair to the bathroom with 2 people, sometimes 3. It took 2 to stand them up and 3rd to take their clothing down for the bathroom or to pull it back up. Now 1 person can do that. When we were lifting people from the bed to the chair, that was kind of difficult. You get a 200-pounder that someone like me and another girl, we always did it, but it was difficult. I work the 3 to 11 shifts, so we come in, we get them up out of bed, walk them, take them to the bathroom, take them to the dining room, then take them back to their room and put them back into bed. And it was quite a bit of lifting. Used to, you'd hire girls in, orientate them, get them started on the floor, and they'd say, I don't have to take this. I can't do it. I'm leaving. When we first started using the lifts, we would go into the room and take the lift in with us and close the door, and then we would manually lift the resident from the bed to the chair, then take the chair to the bathroom, lift them into the bathroom, and then back into their chair. And it's difficult doing that, to pull their clothes up, arrange them, and everything. And then after we were all done, we'd take the lift back out in the hall, and nobody was the wiser that we had not used it.
Okay, my name is Charlotte Leith, and I'm the wife of Lester Leith, who is a resident here. And I'm here because I have seen how great the lifts are, for one thing. Before the lifts were here, I could equate somewhat with the help, because when he was at home, he had reached the point where I simply could not move him. I could not tug him or push him around. And I would see the girls try to get him up, and they would have his dead weight, and they would have to pull and tug on him, and he often had bruises on his arms because that was the only way they could move him. And I know it bothered him because he knew he was hurting them.
Lots of difficulties overcoming the old paradigm as we brought in a lift and the girls wouldn't even use it. They let it set and say that we didn't have time. And of course that's the very same thing that is existing in a lot of facilities today. They have equipment sitting around not being used because they feel that proper body mechanics, 2-man lifts, proper lifting technique is the way to handle residents. That's a paradigm we've taught for 200 years and is going to be very, very hard to change. In fact, the first couple years, I only found this out later, but some of the girls would actually take the equipment in the room, close the door, and go ahead and lift by hand. And again, it's because of the old paradigm, the way they were taught. Nurses are taught in nursing school. The OSHA says 2-man lifts. BWC says it. And so all that bad teaching has caused us to continue to do things that is damaging to people's bodies and things that shouldn't be done, but we've continued to do that. So we had a 3-year average of about $140,000 per year in claims. Although we, in the beginning, and I guess it probably was the thing that really sparked it, having one back injury that cost $240,000. And in 1995, we had our turnover averaged around 70%. So that's not as bad as the average facility. Some You know, I hear all kinds of figures. I hear 100, I hear 130. I've heard people talking about 200% turnover. So we were never maybe as bad. I'm sure there's some that were better, but we worked hard at trying to keep employees, doing everything that we could. The reality was, out of 45 nursing assistants, we had to hire about 30 a year.